Dolly Parton is not one to be easily embarrassed by anything. The uncomfortable questions on her looks couldn't embarrass her early on in her career.
But do you ever feel that you're a joke, that people make fun of you?
And nor could any criticism for her NFL performance in a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader outfit at the age of 77. Throughout her career, she has been unapologetically herself. But in her book, Dolly, My Life and Other Unfinished Business, she recalls that there was a part of her job while working on the Porter Wagoner show that did embarrass her. She joined the show in 1967, and it was visibly a new experience for a relatively less cheerful Dolly, as can be seen from her first episode.
We'll look forward to having you around a long, long time.
Well, I hope to be, and thank you very much.
As the girl singer, she was required to film live commercials for sponsors, and some products were just not things a young Dolly was very comfortable selling on television. She wrote that some of them weren't too bad, like the ones she did for Breeze. I didn't mind telling folks about the flowery towels in boxes of Breeze. Dolly said that she found it easier to smile with some degree of believability while selling coffee or cold remedy products. But then there were the ad reads for Wine of Cardui, which was for ladies who had certain problems with feminine issues, if you will. In fact, Dolly says that her face must have turned colors even in black and white. I know the Chattanooga Medicine Company was a loyal sponsor of the show, and its support ultimately paid me, but that did not make it any easier for a young woman to go on TV and talk about menstrual cramps and water bloat. She also hated showing off Black Draft, which was a laxative designed to make you smile from the inside out. Dolly wrote in her book, "I hope my colon was smiling sincerely because the smile on my lips was phony." Ultimately, though, she pushed through because being on the show meant she was making more money than she ever had in her life. And yes, after her first big paycheck, she went out and bought a brand new Cadillac. The jingles were sung, the smiles were faked, and the checks were cashed. Try to imagine what $60,000 represented to a young woman who had grown up in poverty in the Smoky Mountains. It was a world of money. It was probably more than my daddy had earned in his lifetime. I did act kind of silly with it at first. The joke is that the hick who strikes it rich always goes out first thing and buys a Cadillac. So did this hick. I still like Cadillacs. I guess I'm just a Cadillac kind of girl. Dolly made her debut on the show in 1967 after replacing Norma Jean Beasler, left in 1974, and wrote I Will Always Love You for Porter Wagoner, and the rest, as they say, is history. Click on the video on the left to see what happened to an ex-NFL player and a cartoon squid when they decided to criticize Dolly Parton.